All right, welcome back to another episode of the Yaktown Don't Back Down podcast. I'm your host, Sean Preston, and we are live on location at the Yaktown Don't Back Down clothing store. Today we have artist and entrepreneur Gueringer 13th from Chiefy Tribe, man. What's happening?
What up, brother?
No
Dang.
sweat. Caleb, grab a paper towel. Keep going, though. We gonna keep it rolling.
Yeah. Hey, dang. I tried to put that on the leg, and it just didn't work out.
No
But
sweat. No
you
sweat.
said we live in action, so it is live.
Yeah.
So, what up, though, man? What's good?
Chilling. Man, it's a Wednesday night. It's kind of chilly outside.
Appreciate you, sir. I got you.
But all is well, man. All is well. I'm super excited to be here. Super excited to finally have you on the live, so we can hear about the brand, so the people can hear about the brand. But yeah.
Yeah, my fault. I didn't want the juice to stick to the floor, so I had to pour some water on it. But
No
yeah,
sweat.
man. I'm excited to be on here, man. Me and you, we've been locked in since kids, man.
Yeah.
Since kids, east side of Pontiac.
Yeah.
Seeing you had this place, I'm always watching. I'm always seeing you just like post and be consistent, be on top of the brand. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, man.
I try to like everything you post. I try to comment on everything you share, even if it ain't got nothing to do with me, just to make sure, because I know that helped the interaction. So I just want to make sure that this is seen. This is people don't know all the work that go into doing what you're doing.
Man, most, like you just said, man, people don't know all of the work that goes into it. But secondly, I just want to say, bro, like I'm appreciative of the support. One, I want to thank you for having the shoe pop-up shop here earlier this year.
Thank you.
Dropping the Tribe trainers. I got the purple ones. I always mess the name of it. What's the name of them?
It's different names, but they PGs. That's what I call them.
Yeah.
So originally, they looked the color they looked because it was supposed to be me and a Vezo collab. I swear Vezo, and he picked the color out, and then we ended up just going a different route. He had like his albums and stuff going on, and I needed to release them. I'm like, I got this big stock. Let me go ahead and release. So we changed it from like the Vezo collab, and I just switched to like Picking Grapes, and then that's PG or Parker Gueringer, which is my daughter. So I just played on that.
Nice. So tell us about Chiefy Tribe, and like what is the brand's origin story?
So the brand origin story, it's layered. So I could go the route of us being from Pontiac and Pontiac being a chief. So that's where it really come from. I wanted to do something. I remember wanting to create something for Pontiac.
Nice.
Without the Yaktown or without the Pontiac. and there's nothing against it. It's just I was like, what's a different way that I could do it? So I was like, man, I could do Chiefy Tribe, but I was like, I went to Northern, and nobody around the world cares about Pontiac versus Central, but me being a Husky, so that's where it came from, Chiefy Tribe, just Pontiac, the Indian chief, but it's not a Indian thing. It's just more so about doing it for your tribe. So when I built on top of it, I drew the circle. The circle is like the group, your tribe. The feathers is like a sign of leadership. The 13 is a number of elevation. So that's how everything ties together.
Nice.
And I always wanted, I studied different logos and brands, and a lot of the big logos, they got a circle on it. So that's why I really wanted the circle there, because that's what represents the brand.
Nice. And it's good. I would say it was good that you thought about it. You thought about it being from Pontiac, but not being a true like Pontiac brand where it's just centered around the city.
Exactly.
Because that's what I'm working on now. Like with Gardens Grow Silently. Like I'm like, all right, I feel like Yaktown Don't Back Down has made its name, but now it's time for me to expand. So that was great that you thought about that in the beginning, man.
But even before we go forward, but even yours, like Yaktown Don't Back Down, the vision that those guys like Detroit versus everybody had, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that thought this, but I was like, this is a sweet brand, but what else can they do besides Detroit?
Exactly.
And then they just started killing them.
Flint, everybody, yeah.
So
yeah.
Yaktown on back now, and it don't just have to be Yaktown. It could be Flint Town, D-Town, Detroit, Dallas, LA. You know what I mean? So you can always play with it and just like own the don't back down.
Yeah.
And I think that can go global, man. China don't back down.
Sweet.
That you like, hey, don't give all the, just don't get a future away.
Right. Man, that's dope. So China don't back down. Dallas don't back down. It's on the way. It's on the way.
Yeah. It's on the way. My fault. If I gave it
sauce away. No sweat. No sweat. So most people feel like their brands, bring something different to the marketplace. What separates your brand from other brands?
My brand is because in the early, this wasn't always the brand, but with it being Chiefy Tribe and being who I am, I've always been about my community. I've always been about my family. I've always been about just to put it in a perspective, when I'm outside or when I'm moving around, I'm thinking about everybody else. And that's a headache. Like,
yes,
when I'm at the gig, I'm picking up trash for the greater good. When I'm outside, I'm doing community work for the greater good. So even when I'm moving around, I'm always thinking about everything around me, not just me. So when I created the brand, that wasn't the initial purpose of the brand. But I was like, man, I want a luxury. First, it was a merch brand when I did music. So I was like, when I go to shows, I was kind of hustling a little bit. So I was like, I can't do what I was doing. So I was like, how can I make some money at these shows? So I started selling T-shirts. And then after that, I was like, man, I think around like 2019, I slowed down on music. And I still put it out, but I just slowed down. And I was like, well, I got the clothing line. This could be a luxury brand. So I started doing like jerseys with the snakeskin, cargo pants, just different stuff that was like luxury. And then I'm like, I don't want it to be luxury. I don't want to be like, I like Louis Vuitton, but I didn't want to be Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Prada and all that. I'm like, or a high-end streetwear brand. I'm like, I want to see everybody in my clothes. And rich people, even if they wear Louis Vuitton, they still wear Hanes. You know what I'm saying? And poor people, even if they don't wear Louis Vuitton, they still wear Hanes. So I'm not saying my brand is Hanes, but I want to be able to be on
somewhere
every
in
back.
the middle. Yeah.
So I say all that to say, I got to the point of, I want to be a purpose brand. I don't want to be a cheap brand. I don't want to be a luxury brand. I want to be a purpose brand. So when our Octobers come around and I do a Chase a Cure,
nice,
I can give back to breast cancer. When we release a sneaker and I can take half of the shoes, give them to the high school kids.
Nice, I seen you do that.
And sell the other 50. When we got shirts, I just want to have purpose in my brand. Hey,
that's dope.
If you buy 5 shirts, we'll donate one to the charity. Like, I just wanted it to be a purpose brand. So when you see it, it's fly and you know what it is. But also, people who aren't fortunate enough or are going through something can still be a part of it as well. So purpose brand.
Purpose brand. That's what separates Tribe from other brands. That's dope, man, that you have that in your business model, just to show that it's just not about the money with you. Mm-hmm. Like, you do have a heart to give back to the community. I commend you on that, bro. 100.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So most people, they have what we call a creative process. Some people might play some music. Some people might smoke a little bit. Whatever it may be. Like, what's your creative process like?
And when you say creative, are we talking about like
for the brand?
For the brand?
Yeah.
So I might take a drive. I watch this thing on YouTube called Threaducation, and they talk about different clothing brands like your Gucci's, your Bape, your Nike, whoever you could think of, any clothing brand. Like, let's say you make $500 million off of Yaktown on Back Down, they'll do a whole story on you growing up on the east side of Pontiac.
Nice,
so
nice.
You know what I mean? So I follow those to see where people came from. So I think it was the most recent one I watched was Alexander McQueen, and I think he was working at Givenchy, and he was under this lady. I forget her name, but the fashion industry left her behind. She ended up committing suicide.
Dang.
And then following behind her, he ended up committing suicide.
Dang.
People used to talk about his clothing brand. Like, even though it was successful, Alexander McQueen, like, people know this brand.
I didn't even know he was like dead until this year.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in my thought process, I'm thinking this guy's from, because I'm thinking about like the Gucci's and the so forth were before the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Before the 80s. But this guy's like relevant. And I look at that stuff just to see like, where did people come from? What did they have to go through? So that's a part of my creative process. Or I listen to old school music. So I'll sit around and just play old school music, sketch. I'll look at different things. Like, one thing that I've recently been doing is just opening my mind for fashion to like, let's say this wall right here.
Yeah.
Nobody will look at this wall and be like, that's fashion. They be like, this is a building. This is what. But I'll look at it now and I'll be like, what if that was on the back of a shirt? You know what I mean? Like, just what if this design was on the back of a shirt and now everybody's wearing this on the back of the shirt? And you can make that whatever. You could be like, look, I was looking at my wall one day and I seen it was holding it up.
The wall collection.
It's the Yaktown on back down spine. Just the support. You know what I mean? Or the Gardens Grow. Like, this is the back. This is support. And everybody start wearing a shirt with the angle down the back. You know what I mean? So I just open up my mind to that.
Nice. I would say I have like different approaches to my creative process. It may be some music. Like you said, I may see something and get inspired by it. But I know, like, once I see it, I have to do it right then and there. Like, I can't wait. Yeah, I gotta do it, because if I don't do it then I'm just gonna lose it.
Exactly. No, I feel you. And that just recently happened to me. I'm gonna announce it here because we go announce it. So I did a yin yang
Sweet
logo with more commas. So I'm wearing more commas today, even though the Tribe shoes is here. I'm wearing more commas now. But we releasing a purse top of next year.
Nice.
So and it's gonna be, everybody been seeing the purses, the commas, but this one's gonna be like next luxury level for more commas.
Nice.
So I wanted to come up with a new logo. I'm gonna announce this here. I wanted the skull, and there's nothing against anybody with skeletons and skulls or anything, but it's just like, I wasn't the first to do it, and I don't want to be the last to do it, and so I'm just like, I'm dead in it. You know what I mean? So if anybody got the skull logo for more commas, shout out to you. But I wanted like,
say keep that.
Yeah,
though.
keep that.
Keep it.
That's a collector's item. But the new logo is gonna be a yin yang, and it's gonna represent more commas. So what you put in, you get back.
Nice.
So, you know what I mean? So,
nice. When you think that's gonna drop?
top of next year.
So
like weeks to a month.
Nice.
As soon as I get the purses, it's on.
Nice. Let's get it. New logo coming for more commas, the yin and the yang. I know you was talking about this a little bit earlier, just a second ago, of like looking at Louis Vuitton and being a luxury street brand. I was gonna ask, like, what brand would you say you look at the most and say that's the direction I'm trying to go in? Like, to give you an example, I always say Nike. Like, I love how Nike is the brand, and they have different umbrellas on the brand. Like what brands are you looking at now, or you not looking at anything?
I get inspired. Like, I would lie and say, which might come up. I know you might have questions about this, but I'll lie if I say I'm not inspired by Louis Vuitton. Okay. I'll lie if I say I'm not inspired by New Balance. But when it comes to
New Balance is on fire right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And people don't, like, this is something people don't know about me. I was wearing New Balances in middle school.
Yeah.
Me
and Tori.
Yeah.
We was talking about this.
And
go ahead.
And I didn't have the ones that everybody wearing. I had the one with the funny toe. Like the toe curved, like how this does. It curved right here. The little, so, and people were like, man, you wearing New Balances? But I used to wear Air Force One. I used to switch it up. So I made it work for me. People like it.
What you know about, my bad for cutting you off.
Go ahead.
I'm going to let you finish your point. All my people who watch my interviews like, bro, you got to stop cutting people off.
No, you good.
Go ahead, bro.
That's good. That's cool. It's when you watching it feel that way, but when you in conversation, you love it. So I would say, what brand? And it wouldn't even probably be a clothing brand. It'd probably be like a person, like a Pharrell.
Nice.
Pharrell has inspired me in so many ways. Like, I like rappers more than him. I like clothing brands more than I like his brand. But it's nobody that I like as much. So, like, back in high school when everybody was, Carter 2 Carter 3.
You was listening to For Real?
I was listening to For Real, bro.
Wow.
I was in my mind.
Wow.
When he was like, what was the song? Not You Can Do It Too. That's one of my favorites. But Can I Have It Like That? I was sitting, it was on 106 in Park. I remember he went up there, he had the crazy chains, and he had Gwen Stefani, and they was like, we about to announce the new For Real
That's
video.
crazy. I ain't never heard nobody say they was banging For Real in our era.
Swear.
That's crazy.
It is crazy because if you I love rap. So when I'm having rap conversations, I could talk about Wayne. I could talk about the Street Lords. I could talk about just different people that we was listening to during that time. But when I went home,
you was banging that For Real.
I put For Real on my PlayStation 2.
The only other
crazy.
artist, I can hear somebody else saying besides For Real that I couldn't believe. My man said that he used to bang Will Smith. He used to listen to Will Smith. No lie. Shout out to my dog. You know who you are.
I say this: Will Smith is inspirational.
Yeah,
a kid coming from Philly, winning the first hip hop Grammy. I just found out that the Fresh Prince only happened because Kid and Play wouldn't do the sitcom.
I didn't know that.
They were supposed Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff were supposed to do House Party. Kid and Play had a cartoon, and they was like, "We not doing a sitcom." They gave it to Fresh Prince.
Wow.
Kid and Play did House Party.
And to that point of Will Smith as well, I didn't know he had won the first Grammy for a hip hop artist until this year.
It's crazy.
Shout out to Will, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So and that's the thing too. I think as a society, we kind of we'll crack jokes on the Will Smiths and the Pharrells and just because they not like the rest of us.
Because I know I would have been like, bro, you bang For Real. And
you know what I'm saying? But he run. If you really think about For Real and the Neptunes, they sound go all the way back to the 90s.
Yes.
SWV. SWV, the song they sampled Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
For Real saying SWV. And then he did another song with them that people don't know, and he's singing in the background.
Wow.
From the 90s.
Wow.
And then the Rump Shaker, all that all that stuff For Real, just the 4 count, doom, 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 doom. Anytime you hear that, For Real. And,
Great.
And they made one of the best songs. My favorite rap song.
What, Grinding?
No.
Oh.
One of my favorite rap songs.
What is it?
Hot in Here.
I don't even. Oh, you talking about
Nelly? Dog, people be laughing when I say that's my favorite rap song, bro.
So is that your favorite 16 bars?
It's not the coldest lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Just a well put together rap song.
Yeah.
Video.
Man, that record. My bad, bro.
No, go ahead. What'd you say?
I was gonna say that record was hot. You
Literally.
couldn't turn on no radio station. You couldn't go on MTV, BET, nowhere without hearing that. I was at church one day and they was playing Nelly Out of Here, bro.
I listen to so much music, so especially rap. I love lyrics, I love concepts, but Hot in Here, doom doom. Dog, I said hot in. I said, oh, this is about to be crazy, bro. I wanted to go to the club when I was in middle school because Hot in Here.
Yeah,
I was like, I gotta go to the club.
Gotta go.
And then when I went to the club, it wasn't Hot in Here. I was let down, bro. That junk was crazy. Nelly snapped. He was like, what do you say?
Shaking your reflection and telling your best friend.
But the coldest bars on there is, what do you say? You got key. What do you?
Time wasting.
I got a friend with a pole in a basement. What? I'm just kidding, like Jason.
Okay.
Unless you're gonna do it. But then he was like, if anybody watching this and you like that song ain't cold, just listen. The bars that hooked me when he was like, good until you ain't popping the models. Good until you ain't popping the bottles. Yeah. See you drive a sports car, but you ain't hitting the throttle. I'm like, dang.
Somebody out here but look, Nelly music is still hot.
It's still hot, bro. I don't know, man.
I just told somebody the other day they said, because they was letting me hear some of their music, and they had some records where they was rapping, and they had some records where they was singing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you might as well do the Nelly Sweat and Suit album.
Hey, Sweat and Suit. And it's a sweatsuit.
Yeah. Hey.
But what else you got, man? I feel like you cut yourself off on something you was gonna say or ask me.
I think bro. To be honest, I can't even remember.
It's cool.
Ain't no thing.
It's
Ain't no
cool.
thing. The next question was gonna be though is like, where do you see your brand in 5 years?
In 5 years.
Do you want to go that far? Or you
No,
wanna,
no. It's and I ain't mean to cut you off, but I'm trying to digest it because I'd be like 10 years ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to go 5 years back to. So like 5 years from now, mentally I'm already. It's crazy because I was thinking about this today. I was like, I'm here right now because of what I was thinking 5 years ago. So 5 years, I don't want to have a physical location. If I do have a physical location, I want it to be like a tourist attraction. I want it to be something that's more than clothes.
Yeah.
I want it to be something like when you come to Pontiac, Michigan, or Michigan.
Somerset, man. You got
I don't even want to be in
You
Somerset.
got that Somerset vibe. But go
But
ahead.
I don't even. I want to have like I want to be next door to y'all or something. You know what I'm saying? I want people to come downtown. And then the thing that I want more than anything is like I was watching the Thread Education on Kith, and they serve like ice cream or something that they store. Like, I would want something like or cereal bowl. They got a cereal bar.
Nice.
So I want something where people come here. They take a picture. Maybe it's a smoothie spot, and you buy clothes there, and you get your favorite smoothies there. So even if you're not, you like, look, I got all the Chiefy tribe in the world. Let me still go get a smoothie today.
Yeah. I during the pandemic we had paired. It was called T-shirts Tacos Tuesdays, and we was selling T-shirts and tacos out of my house. So that was something that I had been thinking about doing again, man. It's just, even if, like you said, even if you don't come and buy a shirt, you still grab a taco or something. I think food and fashion, they go together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got this logo that I had worked on. It was AMF. It was supposed to be art, music, and fashion, or art, music, and food.
Mm-hmm.
But I just never dropped it. But
Tacos don't back down.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. But to your point of just having a place where people can come and it be a staple, like that's one of my visions as well, bro. Like, I really want this store to be remembered as a staple in the city. Like, when people come from out of town, they be like, I gotta stop at the Yaktown Don't Back Down store and grab something, or take a picture, and just post it on socials to show that I was in Pontiac, and then they get back on the plane and go back to where they came from.
And this store needs to be like and I'm not saying what you need to do. I'm saying from a client's or customer's perspective, like, this store needs to be like you said, I was in Yaktown. I was in Pontiac. This is how you know this is my souvenir. When I go home, hey, honey, what's the Yaktown on back down? That's Pontiac, Michigan. You guys. Intermission, y'all. 1 second.
My boy, my man, he homeless guy. He came through here the other day, and he needed a pair of shoes. I ain't like, it's gonna seem ironic that he did that while we was live, but that was not planned.
Hey,
he came and got a pair of shoes the other day.
Don't believe Sean. He slid him $100.
Nah.
Sean want to promote that he really giving back.
Nah.
Man, he got all these shoes out here. He take them home at the end of the night. No. Nah, that was crazy. That's what's up, man.
Yeah. Luckily, like, cause last week, or that was Saturday, we had the door open.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't come in, but he came in.
Yeah.
So I'm glad the door was closed this time, cause he would have came in.
But that go back to just need to be a staple.
Yeah.
Just right there, like, he knocking at the door just to say what up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I like about that, man.
I appreciate it.
So I don't even know. Did I answer your question? 5 years from now?
5 years from now.
Yeah, so 5 years from now, my fault. I know I got long-winded with that. But if I have a physical location, I would want it to be like somewhere people stop by. But if I don't, I want to be like strictly online. You can only buy it from my source.
Online is where it's at too.
And if I have, let's say I'm in the Yaktown On Back Down store, or I'm in the 248 High Spot, or I'm in Front Page Design in Oak Park, you can only get certain pieces from them places. So if you go to Front Page Design in Oak Park, you can't get that at Yaktown or online or 248.
So you got to go to these.
You got to go to these.
Get these
Yeah.
pieces of the collection.
Yeah. So that's where I want to be, and I want to be to a point where I got a small warehouse. I don't want a crazy big warehouse, but a small warehouse, a few employees. I want to make sure people are able to use my platform as a way to maybe internship if they go into college and they want to get into the fashion industry. I want to make sure the topic the other day was gatekeepers on Facebook, and I want to make
we was talking about that on the podcast.
For real.
Yeah,
and I want to make sure if I am labeled, I know this wasn't about me, but if I do get to a point where I'm labeled a gatekeeper, I think Peasy shouted me out the other day. I want to connect Peasy to Pontiac artists that's coming here or Pontiac brands, and then if I get around Fabulous or I get around the Pharrells, I want to bridge that gap, and I don't want to bridge the gap where I'm telling people I'm too good for y'all, you can't get here.
Man.
I want to bridge the gap to where I'm like, I made it here, y'all. Take my hand.
Come on,
and I'm just everybody just grabbing each other and we coming over. So because when I go, none of this won't matter. Like nobody. I was watching one of them things on Burberry. It's funny because when Burberry came out, it was Burberry's, and in the '90s they dropped the S, but nobody really knows the creator of that. Burberry is bigger than the creator. Nobody cares about it. They wear it at every baby shower. Right. So I want to be to a point where even if this brand is bigger than me or it dies off, I want people to tell their grandkids and their grandkids to say, hey, we're wealthy or we got this opportunity because a guy named Julian Gueringer. You know what I mean? So that's where the story lives on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's and I want to educate people. Like I'm in the mortgage industry too, so I want to educate. Like I don't know everything about it, but I want to educate people on that so they can take the mortgage industry. I want to educate people on social media and marketing online. So because that's the future, bro. I want people to. I want to look up 5 years from now and people be like, dang, I got a cousin and he's in the real estate, but he's online on Instagram. He just started his Instagram 2 years ago. His name is Rod Perry. He does real estate, got a whole bunch of properties and all that. I showed him like the social media way. I got like 7,000, 8,000 on my personal page. Collectively between both of my pages, probably like 15. He got 15,000 on one page within 2 years.
Don't that be crazy, bro? Like you give somebody the game and
they
go crazy and you like, I'm doing the same thing.
But
go ahead.
But it's like I know the sauce. The sauce don't work for everybody.
And even with the sauce, too, most people don't even apply it.
Yeah.
So shout out to him, man, for taking it and running with it and 15K on one platform.
He never had social media ever in his life.
Oh man, that's
he in
legendary.
his 40s. He retired at 45.
That's legendary.
And he like, cuz when he reached 10,000, he called me. He said, cuz I wouldn't even have reached this if it wasn't for you. He's like, I'm gonna never forget you, because he got like a bigger plan than himself.
And you can use that as leverage if you ever want to start a marketing agency.
Exactly.
Like
look at Mateen Cleaves. Like I don't know if people follow Mateen Cleaves, but he's in the mortgage industry now. He doesn't do mortgages. He motivational speak. So when I met him, he was like, oh, people like him, people know him. But when he started, I know I got vision for people and I could see in people. I'm like, you would kill the social media game. My cousin, you would kill the social media game. I see women and I can see like, you got the thing. So maybe I ain't got what you got, but I know the formula and I know you give somebody the formula. If they apply it, they shoot past everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's not me that, like, I just gave you formula. So I'm not saying I put you on. Yeah. I just said, hey, this is how you solve the problem. You can do what you want. It's up to them to solve the problem. So I'm not, my ego and I have nothing to do with their stuff. If they want to give me credit, that's fine. But I have nothing to do with their stuff. They did everything to get to where they got to. I just showed them the direction.
And that's like what Hov be saying. Like, he got the blueprint to become a billionaire. And then he gave that same blueprint to Ye. He gave it to Rihanna. And to your point of a second ago of just reaching back, and saying, all right, this is what I've learned on my journey. This is what I've seen that works. All right, here you go. Take this. Now it's up to you to do whatever you want to do with it. But now you ain't got to go out and make the same mistakes that I made, and you would get there in less time than me.
Exactly. And when I talk about like the Matine Cleaves or the Rod Perrys, these people are on. These people been on since we've been kids. You know what I mean? In real life, not social media. So in my head, I'm like, if y'all own in real life, if y'all could just get the social media part behind you, you could really take that up a whole nother level. So that's what I be looking at. I'm like, man. And then that goes to like, now they can pass that down to their kids, and their kids can pass that. So going back to the Jay-Z passing it to Kanye and Rihanna, they got richer before they got to that goal quicker than Jay did. So now they could pass that along to people, and they can get on quicker than. Like I looked, Kanye West's daughter, Northwest,
Miss Westy,
a superstar
in the making. She already made now.
A superstar. Just doing that. All she got to do is show. All she got to do is she's LeBron James, bro.
Yeah.
And when I say she's LeBron, I'm not really a sports fanatic, so don't crucify me on there. I know Jordan had to do certain things and Kobe had to do certain things. But when LeBron stepped on that court, people said it's just in him. You know what I mean? It's just in her.
Yeah.
All she got to do is show up to the game and play.
That's it. Soon as I seen that video the other night on TikTok, I had seen it on TikTok early, and I was just like, oh yeah, this about to go viral. And then to your point of, I'm like, man, she already got it in her. All she gotta do is just keep going. Like,
it's crazy.
Her daddy is Kanye West,
bro.
And that's it.
And Kim, like, people, she's Northwest Kardashian. And I'm not taking away from, I'm not saying this in a way of taking away from Kanye West's name. I'm saying like they run
both billion.
They run TV. Kardashians run TV.
Yeah.
And social media. Kanye West runs the entertainment industry plus social media. And you could see it in her. Like, I remember seeing her a month or two ago or a couple weeks ago dancing in his college dropout. I was like, oh yeah, she's about to, she gets it. Yeah. And then Kim told her to do something. She was like, you shouldn't be an a-hole. That's kind of rude.
I see that clip.
And I was like, dog, I'm like, she's a kid, bro. Like, and I'm not saying that's the way to be or nothing. I'm not saying that's pro or con or right or wrong. I'm just saying she already understands what's going on.
Yep. And she's just 10 years old. So imagine where she going to be in 10 more years.
10 more.
It's crazy, man. I be on my son. Like,
I see you. You got him working. He ain't in here for free.
Yeah. Like, look at he like I don't get paid for this, but he get paid. Just not all the time. Yeah. Not all the time. But my whole premise is, man, is just like making sure he right there with me. Mm-hmm. So one, he can see the way, and then two, I know what he got in him. Like, the boy, he got the energy. He think he can rap. He think he can play ball. He think he can dance. All that. But it's just like we was just saying, man. Just having that blueprint and then just giving it to them so they can take it to the next level.
Exactly.
So, digging back in, man, have you done any brand collabs in the past?
Me and Certified tried to. I think it was bad timing. Just cause like Dak had his brand going, I had my brand going, and we both felt like our brands was hot. We tried it, and it didn't hit, it didn't stick. Now mind you, Dak sells, I sell, it just didn't hit. We tried to do like Certified Tribe or something like that. It just didn't stick. So that was one time, and then I can't think of my girl name. She does hair. She used to sell the onesies. We did a collab where I had put Tribe on the onesies. Went crazy. They didn't even sold out. Nice. They sold out like 2-3 days. So those were the only two.
Can't go wrong with the women, man. I'm telling you. Like, you can't.
That's my market.
You can't go wrong with the women. Like, if you got a good product, they gonna buy it, and like, that's like, that's about to be my biggest clientele, bro. Women.
I know, and they support like women. Like, look at these sneakers, right? Mm-hmm. Men ain't gonna like them until women saying my man needs to be wearing Chiefy Tribe. Mm-hmm. Women will go buy these all day.
Yes.
Women will say, "Oh, that was cute." Mm-hmm. If a girl says that's cute, she'll buy it.
And they'll do it like for real. Like, they will say something that's nice for real. Like, dudes, like, we be on the fence. when it comes to support. Women, they just jump out and support, at least from what I've seen. Like, I can't speak for everybody, but all I can say is, ladies, y'all killing the support game right now. Keep doing what y'all doing. We rock with y'all.
Women, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all the best thing to happen to this earth.
Yes.
Nothing. It wouldn't spin without you. We wouldn't breathe without y'all.
Facts.
And that's not me on no sucker stuff. That's not me on no trick stuff. That's just me being an honest human being, not man, not woman. Just understanding that women make the world go round.
Yeah.
And that's all I had to say about that.
Yeah. So you said you did the certified tribe brand collab. You did the onesie collab. I know you were just talking about your newest kicks.
Yeah.
How many pair of shoes have you released?
We did the tan and orange first. We did I just call them the fire and ice second. Then we did a tan and a black one. So that's 5. And then we did a cream tribe trainer. So that's when we went from runners to trainers. And then we did the purple. We did the burgundy. We did the Tiffany blue. I call them the Parker blue because you can get sued for saying Tiffany blue.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so Parker blue. I named it after my daughter. And then we did the gray tribe trainers. So that's 10 colorways.
10 colorways.
10
pairs.
colorways, 4 or 5 different styles. And then we just released these. Now, mind you, this is what I want people to know. When you're dealing with manufacturers, and it could be different for everybody else, but for me, when my experience with dealing with manufacturers over the last couple of years was they give you a silhouette and a color, and they'll put your brand on it and call it a day. So I had to do that with the first 2 or 3 pairs. I always wanted to do the tribe trainer because of Louis Vuitton, because of New Balance. So Louis Vuitton followed after the New Balance model and just kind of put their tweak on it. I always wanted to do that silhouette because I looked at it like if Bape did Air Force One or Louis Vuitton did the Chuck or whoever, everybody bite a brand, a popular shoe. I'm like, I want to do the tribe trainer and I want to put my spin on it. Who bites the Jordan 1?
Everybody, for real. I know Omni and the Hellcat.
Omni and the Hellcat
is doing it.
But he's biting somebody, and he's doing that as a troll. So Omni and the Hellcat is doing it as a troll to Kai.
Okay.
Kai with the lightning bolt. So all Kai and Omni were cool, and I guess they fell out, and Omni just put Omni instead of Kai.
Dang.
Instead of Cool Kai. But Cool Kai is biting the Jordan 1. And it's fire, though. It's because what ends up happening, like when Bape did the Air Force One thing, they created colorways that Bape never thought about.
Yeah.
When Cool Kai did the Air Force One, he created colorways and then changed the check to a lightning bolt, doing stuff that Jordan brand never would think about. So when I did the Louis Vuitton trainer, it wasn't to say, hey, this is my original shoe. Man, everybody know Louis Vuitton.
Right.
You know, so I did it out of, I want to do it and create things that I know that Louis Vuitton won't do.
Right.
And after I did it, I'm not saying Louis Vuitton bit me, but after I did it, you start seeing their trainer colorways start being different. They started using, so all my stuff was like suede. I started doing different things, and they started doing it too. Not saying I inspired them, but once that's in the air, once you think of Yaktown on back down, somebody else is thinking about Yaktown on back down. Yeah. So again, it's not saying that they bit me. Maybe somebody over there thought about it, and I got that idea from them, whatever the case may be. But that's how that process went.
When the tribe trainers dropped, like I know a lot of people had a lot to say. Like, how did you deal with that a lot to say?
So this is how I deal with a lot to say. A lot of people had a lot to say, but a lot more people bought it. A lot more people bought it, bro. A lot more people bought it. And that led to Vezo wanting to do a collaboration.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? That led to Sada Baby actually buying the burgundy ones. Like,
yes, sir.
That and to me, that's sweet. People don't know how much that means. So, like, if you're a celebrity out there or you looked at as somebody high profile, rather it's local, national, international, if you can support a brand, support them. And the reason I say that is because Sada Baby, it's been celebrities who wore my stuff for free that made me more money than Sada Baby buying it. But seeing Sada Baby say, hey, this is how much I want to pay for this. And when I say how much I want to pay for it, I was like, I'll give you a discount. Dog said, no, I'm paying full price. And then didn't even hound me about it. We got it to him. I gave it to I got in contact with his brothers and stuff, but we gave it to Kid L. Kid L gave it to Sada. And just seeing that was like letting me know, because he's in that world. He's around the people that people are trying to get to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you. That confirms that I'm on the right path.
I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right thing.
So to get back to what you were saying, when people were talking about, oh, I'm biting Louis Vuittons and you a fake Louis Vuitton and knock off the Louis Vuitton, that's cool. That's 50 comments. That's 75 comments. But it's 5,000 likes.
Hey.
It's a couple hundred orders. It's celebrity collabs. You feel me? So I don't. If you ever notice, I don't even. You can't
stop the rain.
You can't stop it. And if you ever notice, I don't even feed into none of that, because I could make these shoes right here. It could be thousands of people liking them. It's gonna be 500 people who don't, and that's fine with me. And then I could go back and critique it.
You got to be able to be comfortable with what you put out, and like you said, not everybody's gonna like it, but as long as the people who do like it and they spend the bread, that's all that matters. And then I be looking at it sometimes. I be like, all publicity is good publicity. So if a person say something bad about it and they keep talking about it, that's gonna make everybody come see what they talking about anyway. And that's just how the world works right now.
I'm gonna tell, if social media don't know this, if you out there in social media land and you don't know this, let somebody comment negative on your platform. This is why. Social media reads the negative comment.
I know where you going.
And puts it higher in the algorithm. If I go like or love somebody's post, Facebook is going to say, oh, that's cool. If I go put an angry face on somebody's post, it's going to hike it up. If I respond any negative way, it's going to hike it up. And you don't have to argue with that person. All you got to do is say, thank you. That hikes it back up.
I had watched a YouTube video about that. And then I had seen, like, I think it was a Lefty's cheesesteak commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody in the comments had commented, like, this food is trash.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to go look at that person's page, it was like they ain't had no profile picture or nothing. So I felt like they had like just paid somebody just to say that,
just to say something negative,
just so it could put their ad up in the timeline height.
And what you create is every brand needs somebody to go against.
Yeah.
Every brand. You don't become successful without. Jay-Z is considered the best rapper ever. And you got a group of people out there that be like, Jay-Z ain't the best rapper. People only like him. And it's fine. But people only like him because he's rich. He can't really da-da-da-da-da. That's fine. You got Nas is considered one of the best rappers. You got people out there, Nas is boring. Tupac is considered one of the best rappers. You got people out there that was like, man, he
Till I got that thug life.
That ain't on my chest and it's on his belly, you know? Like, but you can't get people to love you if you don't got people disliking you.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a mixture of both. And that goes back to the more commas yin yang. What you put in, you get out. If you don't put in nothing, you don't get nothing back out.
And to that point, like, of, you know, everybody's not gonna like what you do. Like, I've been trying to find that balance, right? Because it's like, man, like I'm friends with everybody, right? And it's just like that puts me in a hard place because I always have to watch what I'm gonna say, because a person might feel like I'm talking about them when I'm not even talking about them. I'm just speaking how I feel. So, but yeah, I'm about to just start talking my talk. And
I'm gonna tell you something too, bro. I'm gonna tell you something too, and I don't like feeling like I'm trying to school somebody. So don't take it as me trying to school you. I know you open ears. We had these conversations, but this is to everybody out there, and because I feel like that too. I'm like, dang, I'm friends with everybody. You feel that way? We not friends with everybody. You not friends with everybody. Nobody's friends with you. We're just cool with people.
That's great.
And people can tolerate cool people. You're cordial with cool people, right? It's people out there that you're cool with or you consider friends that hate you.
That's true.
That hate your guts. That
That's
can't
true.
stand you. That think that, oh, that Yaktown back down logo is ugly. What do you think he doing with that store? Then they come here. What's up, bro? You good? How you doing? Let me get that t-shirt. And then throw it down. Oh, I got that little stuff just to support. It ain't nothing. Oh, that little store in downtown Pontiac. Oh yeah, Sean doing his little thing. Like, so we be cool with a lot of people, but it be people out there. So it's still, that energy is still out there. It's still brewing. Even if we get, if 100 people show up right now, we throw a pop up, 100 people show up, 10 or 20 people showing up just to see if it's gonna flop or not.
Man.
So with that being said, even at the end of the day, it's still that energy out there. And they in different rooms. When you not there, like, man, that pop up wasn't. It was alright. It wasn't really nothing. And then somebody in there like, nah, that pop up, he did pretty good. He almost sold out all his shirts. So that energy gotta be there. People gonna go back and forth. Let me not do that. That energy gotta be there. They gotta go back and forth. No, and the reason I say this, the reason I say no, let me not do that. I was watching this Kid L interview. I forget the dude's name, and he went crazy on the mic, bro. Like, I'm not saying this in a good way. Dog went crazy on the, you thought he was going to work on the glizzy, bro. And I'm like, why would dog do that in the middle of an interview, bro? I don't even want to talk about stuff like that, but I had to get that off my chest. I've been thinking about, I was like, why, bro, just do that? It made the slurping sound and everything, bro. Like you just did this on live internet.
The mic etiquette, I always be watching it,
bro.
Like, when I'm talking, like, cause I just know how social media is.
That mic is gonna have a surviving him case in about 10 years, bro. That it got real foul right there, bro. It was. So I'm gonna say this: if you out there, watch your mic etiquette.
Facts.
Because
Facts.
if you put up an interview online, that junk is forever, bro.
Ever.
Don't beef with nobody after doing no mic stuff like that.
My jaw, funny guy, man.
I had to get that off my chest. That's because people don't be realizing, like, when you doing interviews, you got to be very conscious of how you come across online.
Yeah,
you know.
So this Saturday, December 16th, you are having a sneaker release.
Yeah.
Man, tell us about it.
So it's these sneakers right here. These kind of might look beat up to you on camera. I be working out in these because I got to do the endurance test. I got to make sure I'm not getting calls saying, man, this
they gas station forces,
bro.
bro.
You know what I mean? But I work out in these. I get flying these. I do everything in them, bro. I'll go walk in them just to take a walk. I'll jump, work, do whatever. But it's for these sneakers. We did it pre-orders online and they sold out.
Nice.
Like in 2 weeks. Sold out in 2 weeks. So that's a big deal for me. With that being said, the 248 hotspot around the corner.
Yes.
They bought a bulk of them.
Nice.
After the sellout, and they was like, let's do a release. When they get here, let's do a pop-up. So I appreciate everybody that bought them online.
Shout out to y'all.
I appreciate everybody that's planning on buying them in the store. I appreciate everybody that couldn't buy them, but you liked them. You shared them, you comment. I understand times it's hard. So when I release stuff and you just say you like it, I'm cool with that. Because I know if you had the money, you would buy it. So if you struggling right now and you can't buy this stuff, I still appreciate the likes, the shares, the comments, the love for the brand. So yes, this Saturday, 248 Hotspot, 121 North Saginaw, Pontiac, Michigan. We are doing a pop-up. You don't know who's going to come through. So come through even if you don't got the money. I'm going to tell you this. I don't front on people. So even if you come through and you want to get a sip, I don't drink. So the more people that come through, the more people that drink. Have fun with it, but I don't drink, so I'm going to pop a couple bottles. I'm going to get people buzzed a little bit. We're going to have a good time. It's a celebration. And we got a few sizes, so come by.
I see on your Instagram, it's from 3 to 6 p.m. So if you free this Saturday, December the 16th, Chiefy Tribe, man, they dropping their newest sneaker release. It's going to be at the 248 Hotspot. That address is 121 North Saginaw. 3 to 6 p.m.
Yes,
boy.
Sir.
Go
ahead.
You got something else?
Oh, I was going to say, too, like, I get a lot of questions about, like, how do I think the last interview I did was the Grind Club up the street. We did the Grind Club interview, and I was speaking about my father. You know, and I'm like, my father, you know, he's sick, hospice. He literally passed, like, maybe a week or two after that.
Sorry,
you know what I'm saying? Bro. So thank you. I appreciate that. So that was November 15th. His birthday was November 22nd. He would have been 66. His funeral was December 1st. So I say all that to say, like, people ask me, like, how do I endure obstacles, or how do I stay positive? And again, people don't know this. So I talked about that on the Grind Club, and then that happened after that. And I'm gonna tell people this, man. I've been functioning depression. So when I say this, I've thought I've been depressed in my life, and I never felt this until my dad passed. So I'm sharing this to be transparent, because a lot of people be like, man, you always positive, you always uplifting. It's got to be a time you're negative. It's got to be a time that something's going wrong in your life, and this would be the time. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this for sympathy or empathy. I'm saying this for transparency, to let people know, like, you know, I got that call. It was a Wednesday around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I went into work next day. I spoke to a room of mortgage professionals, about 110, 120 people, then like literally hours. So I got at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I get there about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm talking to a room full of people.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I was transparent with them. Hey, y'all take it easy on me. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I deliver this proper information to you. But I lost my father a few hours ago, and they just like blown away. You know, so I want to let people know, like, there's moments that as a man, this is not one of those conversations like men need safe spaces. We do, but this is not that topic.
Don't worry about it, bro.
This conversation,
Speak your piece.
This conversation is more so saying, like, it's okay to go through depression. It's okay to try to find happiness in your depression. So it's if you got to make Facebook posts, if you gotta go watch comedies or listen to music or crack jokes, like, try to find happiness, go to the gym, whatever it is, it's okay. It's okay for that not to work. It's okay to laugh and crack jokes, and then once you're done laughing and cracking jokes, being sad again. It's okay to go through these feelings. Like I said, I've thought I've felt depression, and I've never felt it until now. I felt like somebody twisted my stomach. You know what I mean? Like a knife. And people tell me, or people ask me, they're like, how you doing, man? And I know, and people.
My first response always to say I'm good.
Always to say you good. And I say I'm managing. And when they ask, like, well, you know, like, I've had people that's close to me, like, man, what does it feel like, just to understand where I'm at? And I tell people, like, I've dealt with a lot of deaths, lost grandparents, lost close cousins. Since 2020, I think I've buried 4 people, including my dad. When I say buried, I mean, like, carried their caskets. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Little cousin got killed. Another cousin, he would have been 40 this year.
Same here.
He didn't wake up. Auntie passed away, and then other relatives around that. But out of the 6 or 7, I buried 4 of them, right? And I tell them, this feeling right here with my dad, it feels like being on a roller coaster, and you on the sideline saying, hey, Gueringer, how does it feel going up that roller coaster? Oh, it's cool. And then we go down. Hey, Gueringer, how does it feel going down that roller coaster? Oh, my stomach dropped. Oh, okay. And then we take a turn. Hey, Gueringer, how does it feel twisting? I don't know. It's weird. I'm scared. You know, like, so it's a, and then you ease. Gueringer, how you feeling? Oh, I'm good. So I say this to say, like, people will see you and they'll think, like, again, I've been functioning through this, doing sales, shipping orders. Sometimes I might be on the couch for hours, just laying there, just thinking about, like, because I want to call my pops, or I might hear a song that we used to listen to, or jokes that we used to crack. And sometimes it comes out of nowhere, sometimes it don't. So I tell people this, like, me, I'm different. So when I say I'm different, I handle death different. Yeah. I can function at a high level and not seem like anything wrong with me. But there's people out there that don't function like I function. There's people out there that can't handle death. There's people out there that can't handle pain. There's people out there that can't handle not having money. There's people out there that can't handle not being able to pay their bills or get their kids things for the holidays. Like, these are real struggles that people go through, and we all look at it on the outside in. Oh, a couple weeks went by, a month went by, they'll be fine. Or, oh, it's just bills. Or, oh, it's just the holidays. Like, some people want to give their kids the world and they can't do it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So I say my message isn't just being positive. It's just being empathetic with people, right? Like, when you go out in the world, that man just knocked on the door. We don't know where he's going.
Right.
We don't know if he's going to somebody's house to sleep, or if he's going in the parking garage right there and he got a car. But so it's like, we got to make sure we're showing empathy to people.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, so
Yes, sir.
again, that's why when you talk about you don't know what topics to talk about sometimes online because you don't want to offend people. I always think about that. Yeah. When we talk about, it's a lot of hot topics, especially in the Hollywood world.
Yeah.
That I stay away from.
Facts.
Because I got a large following.
Facts.
It's not even that large, but it's large enough, right? And I don't know who I would offend.
Right.
Even if my intentions are pure, you never know who, you know what I mean?
Facts.
So again, be empathetic, be aware of who you're talking to. Know that, and even for you, even if you're the empathetic one, like, it's okay to go through your depression. It's okay not to be happy. I said this on the Grind Club, like, tomorrow is the better day. And if you got that outlook or that mindset that tomorrow is the better day, today could be the best day in your life. Tomorrow's the better day. Or today was the worst day in your life. Tomorrow's the better day.
That's good, bro.
You will never give up. Because giving up, that's, I don't even like saying that those two words. Like, that, I just accepted negativity into my body saying that out loud. But when you do that, you what do you accomplish? I'm 32 years old, bro. Right. That means I just wasted 32 years of my life. The next 20 years of my life could be phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So again, I want to paint the picture of a 65-year-old man, you know, accepting life, and me and him having a talk, and I'm like, man, you know, I don't want you to go, you know, and he hit me with he said this to me, he had 2 heart attacks, he had 2 strokes, he just beat stage 4 lung cancer, he had a tumor, and I said, I don't want you to go. He was like, and he could barely talk. He was like, you could go before me.
Wow.
Like, he's accepting his, and I'm healthy. Wow. And I looked at life different from then. I'm like, dang, I could walk out. He could have passed on November 15th, and I could have passed any time before that. You know, so just, and I know I said a lot. If anybody listening or anybody paying attention, I know I said a lot, but just embrace this life. Hug on your people. If you got a dad, or you got a mom, or you got a brother, you got a sister, you got kids, like, we're gonna argue. Yeah. We gonna be mad at each other. But even during those times, love and hug on each other, grab each other. I tell all my homeboys, I say, I love you, bro. When we get off the phone, my male cousins, my female cousins, I tell my homeboys, my homegirls, I tell the mother of my child, I don't care if we beefing or not, I love you. I kiss my daughter. Is because
you don't know what can happen.
You don't know. My mom, she told me, she said, they've been separated since the 90s. They were still married. She said, I miss your dad. You know, and that's crazy to say when you haven't been with somebody since the 90s. She was like, but they've been in each other's life. And she was one of the people that was helping take care of him on his last day. She was like, I just miss him. She was like, I wish I did something different. And to hear a 71-year-old woman say that, it gives me perspective of, we're all going to be in those shoes someday. I wish I would have did this different. I wish I would have talked to this person different. So I know I said a lot, but I just wanted to get that off.
No sweat. Like, I fully understand what you're saying, bro. Like, my grandmother, she passed last year, and she was 89.
Praying for y'all too, man.
Thank you. But to your point of just making sure that your loved ones know, making sure that you spend a lot of time with them, man, it's just needed. Like, I feel like it's time for that, bro. Yeah. So I'm praying for you as well.
Thank you. I appreciate you,
man. Like,
and to live up to what I just said, I love you, bro. Love you too. So, like, and the reason I say that is because when we get online and when we interact with people be scared to do that. Yeah. Bro, I've watched you come from the east side. People don't even know what that means, bro. Like, you came from the east side, Spring Lake
Village.
Like, not just the east side, but Spring Lake Village, bro. People be scared to go to Spring Lake.
Yeah.
People be scared to go to Grover Norris or LLC, the Lancasters or Newmans. People be scared to go certain spots on the west side or the south side. Yeah. You know what I mean? And these are all places in Pontiac that people thrive from.
That's one of my whys, bro. Because it's like, I'm like, man. And I feel like it's equipped me as well. Because I'm like, all right, I know where I was at when I was younger. Mm-hmm. So at the same time, when I'm out here, knowing where I was at, like, feel like I'm equipped for it. Mm-hmm. Or I at least know how the game is. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just coming from where we come from and just using that as fuel, man, to continue to grow, to continue to build. Because I just feel like I want to be that inspirational story, bro. Like going back to the hood and be like, look, like I was here, like.
Hey, dog. Like I grew up on Clifford, right across the street from Spring Lake. I used to, as a teen, be in Spring Lake. I remember I tried to sell weed. I had a Pringle can. I had weed in it, and the dude, and I shouldn't even be saying it, but I was a kid. The dude that gave it to me, he was like, "This is how much this costs." Da 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 da. And I went out there and I tried to sell it. Somebody hit me up. It was a homie. We both know him. He was like, "You selling it for that much?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a good deal." And he was like, "Man, give me that right now." And I went back and I told my homie, I'm like, "Yeah, dog, about to pull up and buy it." He was like, "How much you selling it for?" He said, "Bro, don't you ever sell it for that cheap." So, and I'm saying all that to say, like, a kid from the east side of Pontiac trying to figure this out. Like,
I did the same thing.
Now I'm in my 30s, bro. That was over 15 years ago. It's 18 years ago. Now I'm in my 30s and I got people from all over the country coming to Pontiac, Michigan, like, man, you changed my life. I had somebody that was like just getting their license to be a mortgage professional, opening up their own shop now.
Nice.
And they like, "You inspired me." And I'm like, "I inspired you?" And they were like, "Yeah, the certain words that you said or certain things that you said." Like, they was like, so many people hit me up in different walks of life, rather it's music, clothing, rather it's just entertainment or mortgage or whatever it is, man, real estate. Like, I be thinking back to where I come from. I'm like, bro, I come from nothing, bro. I remember having an eviction notice on my door. I remember sleeping in a bunk bed with my mama as a kid. I remember being in a basement you know what I'm saying? Like, at somebody's house trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not far. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm further than where I came. And I just be so happy. Like, I appreciate that in itself. I mean, I want to be a billionaire one day, bro. I want my clothing line I want to sell my clothing line 10 years down the line for 500 mil, 750 mil. If I never get that, I know that when I go, I know that if I never got that, I'll be on the path for that. And I came from eviction notices. Man, what?
Like,
that's crazy.
Man, just eviction notices, bro.
You feel me?
Like,
I know what you're thinking, bro.
My senior year in high school,
mm-hmm.
me and my mother got put out. We moved again. We got put out. We moved again. We got put out.
What?
We was homeless for 6 months. Not living on the street homeless, but to your point.
You got family. Yeah, I get it. Hopping around.
I got my first apartment when I was 19. I bought my first house when I was 25. But just that story, bro, to like
bro, now you got your own story. You feel me? You can shelter somebody in here if you wanted
Facts.
You needed 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you needed a shelter.
Yes.
Now you can shelter somebody.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. So, like, we say all that to say this, y'all. Like, no, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. No matter where you at in life, if you just keep going, like, me and him got similar stories, and look where we at now. Like,
exactly.
you got a big brand, I got a big brand, and we come from nothing. We come from a small city, 60,000 people, and we making it happen. Like,
that's why you never see me hate on nobody, bro. You never see, like, and I do that intentionally. I don't care how mad somebody. I've seen people indirectly take direct shots at me. These people think they cold because they got shoes and da 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 da. Not saying they didn't say that, but somebody can say that, right? And I ignore it, or I'll like it, I'll love it. I ain't throwing shots back or nothing, because especially if they got something going on, because I want you to know, even if you hate me, I love you, because your hate ain't real hate. Your hate is misguided. You know what I'm saying? The
That's deep.
hate that people have for you is misguided. Not just for you, for me, for you. Like the hate is misguided, and
It's
they really
misguided.
love you.
And like you said, like you say, they really love you. But like, where is the hate coming from? Like, just because I'm successful, and it ain't like I'm acting better than anybody else. Like for me, I know I'm not arrogant, I'm not proud, I'm not boastful, but niggas should be glad that we made it. Like just coming from what we just said, bro.
And it could be people that's more successful than you.
True.
Because the thing too, like just because I'm successful, you successful, it could be dog right here successful, and he could be making way more money than us. He could have more people in his clothes, or she could have more people, whoever it is. But they mad because we doing a podcast right now.
Yeah.
Why people watching a podcast not? You know what I mean? So I always tell, like, bro, I'd rather it was music. It'd be people that diss me, that wouldn't listen to my music, that I adapt till this day, and they've given me my respect, because nobody can make me change or feel how I feel. Once you hate me and I hate you, I've accepted hate in my heart.
Yeah.
I can't accept hate in my heart. So this is what's gonna happen. If you hate me, I'm gonna give you love. You either gonna have to accept love in your heart, or you gonna have to die. And that's it. Because I'm
just gonna be mad at yourself for hating me, because I ain't got no hate in my heart for you.
I can't accept hate in my heart, bro.
It's all love,
and it's not fake.
Love.
It's not fake. It's not fake. Like, I don't know how to hate people. I love. I can dislike people, or I can dislike certain things that they do.
I'm with you, bro.
But I love life too much, bro.
Big facts. It's too short to be sweating the small stuff. And like you just said, like I just genuinely love people, and I just know that for me, I'm genuine, and I always try to have my intentions are always pure.
Pure. Yeah.
So I'm always trying to make sure. I oftentimes even put other people before myself, because I'm more worrying about my image and how I might affect them. So yeah.
So I'm gonna drop it with this. I got two things.
Okay.
Am I always happy? No. Am I always right? No.
Facts.
But to tie what you just said, my intentions are always pure.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be angry, but my intentions are pure and
Coming
for the greater
from a pure
good,
place.
bro.
Yep.
So like, at the end of the day, I know I was pure, and I could correct myself. If you was like, man, that was wrong, I was like, dang, my intentions were pure, but all right, I know what I need to fix. My fault. If I'm sad, I was like, or angry, my intentions were pure, but I know how to become happy now. So let me correct that. So again, I'm not always happy. I'm not always right, but my intentions are always pure. So again, that's one thing that I want to say. And then also, I know people want to be their own boss, but I want you to being a boss isn't owning something. Being a boss isn't telling people what to do. Being a boss isn't just being flashy. Being a boss ain't, I'm the man and y'all ain't nothing. Being a boss, and I'm going to break it down like this, balling over silly shit.
Sheesh.
Balling over silly shit.
Sheesh.
So balling over silly shit, and the reason excuse my language,
down,
but the reason I'm saying this is
break it down.
Balling isn't just, I got $1 million and I'm about to go cash out. That mean if they doing negative stuff and it's towards you balling with happiness over that. Balling over silly shit. If everybody going to the club and you got to stay up late to grind, that's balling over silly shit.
That must about to be the next T-shirt. Next T-shirt.
It's not, but
next album.
But just if somebody giving you negativity, if something isn't aligned with what you're trying to do, if you got to be the worker and you ain't got no workers, you know what I'm saying? Or if you got to be the worker to show your workers how to motivate them, just balling over silly shit, man.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
again, if you want to be a boss, that's really what a boss is, because the chains, they come and go. The cars, they come and go. The buildings, they come and go. Things change. One day this is gonna be a colder building. You know what I'm saying? One day that foreign is gonna be a luxury foreign. One day, so one day these teas gonna cost $100.
Facts.
So or maybe you might be onto something else. You know what I mean? So all the silly stuff is just temporary.
Facts.
That's all the silly shit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I don't want to keep cussing in front of your boy.
He cool.
But
he cool.
But to ball over the silly stuff, that's what makes you a boss. So again, don't let that man hold you back, ladies. Fellas, don't let that lady hold you back. People, don't let those jobs hold you back. Don't let these temporary situations hold you back. Don't let the minimum wage hold you back. Don't let none of these situations hold you back. Stay focused, stay locked in, and keep moving forward.
Stay focused, stay locked in, and keep moving forward. Where can people find you at on social media?
Chiefy Tribe. So Chiefy_Tribe. I would rather you follow that over everything.
Yeah.
I would rather you visit my website, chiefytribe.com. But you can follow me, J. Gueringer. So J. GUE Ringer or Gueringer the 13th. I try to be cool with the music, but if you want to stream music, go stream that. I got it all out there. But again, I want to get into like the short films. I want to get into like production, commercials, all that stuff. So I appreciate anybody that tapped in. Truly means a lot.
Man, we got shout out to Courtney Mills in the comments. She says she's so proud of us both.
Thank you, Court. I appreciate you.
It's a lot of comments. I really can't see them all, but man, I want to thank everybody that tapped in tonight, man. Make sure y'all share this live video. This probably been one of my longest podcasts.
My fault, y'all. And shout out to my cousin Ray Williams. Should
shout out to Ray.
The reason I want to shout you out, he know why. Love you, cuz. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Shout out to Cuz. You say his name was?
Ray Williams. They call him Suge.
Suge. Shout out to you. Thanks to everyone for tuning in tonight. Make sure you follow Yaktown Don't Back Down on all socials. Make sure you check out our website, yaktowndon'tbackdown.com.
Buy a shirt.
And make sure you come visit our store. We located Pontiac, Michigan, 18 East Lawrence. I always do that backwards. It's 18 East Lawrence, Pontiac, Michigan, 48342. This is the Yaktown Don't Back Down podcast.
Yes,
we
sir.
out of here. Let's get it. Caleb, you ain't on your job, man. You got to be on your job. Come on.